Well, hello everyone, theBolderBoulder here, back from a little bit of a hiatus. One of the reasons for it is because of the Makuta building contest, which I participated in, and was able to get my entry in and all that good stuff. But now I want you guys to get a closer look at the MOC itself. This is titled The Wraith of Okoto. Completely redesigned, completely different from my very first version that I had. And there was an earlier video that I had posted asking you guys for suggestions as to how to make the MOC better. Many of them went along the lines of, hey, that looks really cool without the legs. And I actually agreed. So I did away with the legs. And then someone else suggested to make them a wraith. And I went, you know what? I don't really see any other entries quite like this, so I'm going to do something unique. Instead of making maybe some small, skinny Makuta or a giant, massive monstrosity, I made a wraith. And it's actually, the cape and the hood and everything are, well, the capes are official from Lego, but the hood is a custom hood that I got off of eBay for the Kylo Ren buildable figure. And that looks phenomenal with the hood. Maybe I'll show that to you guys in a video if you're interested in seeing my Star Wars collection. Anyway, that's what I used for the hood and everything, and my brother actually helped me to construct this MOC. It looks really neat. I think there's a few things I think could be better, but I hope you guys like it. Anyway, aspects to make him a wraith. Of course, you know, there's the hood and the cape, but also something else I threw in that you might not be able to see right now are these chains on the wrists right here. Just using those CCBS chains. And you know what? I might as well just go ahead and get a close up to the base and explain as I go farther up. The base right here is meant to represent the amalgamation of shadow, of the dark energies, giving form to this being. So it's not meant to represent a foot or a claw of any kind. Hence why he's a wraith. As you know, in other depictions of the Wraith, he's just a floating spirit-like being, and there really aren't any legs, sort of just like the lower body of a genie, you know what I'm saying? But this is the base of the shadow becoming the form of the Wraith. And then up here we can sort of see the parts used to create this lower half of the body. And then as we move on up, you can see some gold and some of the trans reddish orange coming in. And like shown earlier, there are those chains right there on the wrists and custom claws. And then the waist right there. And then the arms are also completely custom made. It's kind of an interesting way they were designed. I might show you if you guys are interested. And then the torso is quite complex, and CCBS shells obviously were used to cover up a lot of the inner workings of it. Doesn't exactly seem quite that complex just at face value, but under there, yeah, there's quite a bit. Like I said, my brother and I worked on this for a while, and we came up with the design, which, in my opinion, is superior to what I was doing before. And there is, lastly, the mask that I used. Of course, the Mask of Control. Now, I'm thinking about getting that mask that was made on Shapeways by a member on the TTV Message Boards. And it's a 3D printable mask that I could get for the Mask of Ultimate Power. Perhaps I'll get that, maybe not. I've heard it's kind of pricey. I guess I should have done my research before the video, but either way, perhaps I'll get that, because that'd be great for display. But anyway, let's get a little bit closer look at the torso and such, because there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of shaping that goes into this as well. As you can see right in there, that actually is a gearbox from G2 put in there, sort of as a bone structure as well, to go under for his upper body. And then the mid body is actually really simple. It's sort of just a connection between all of the parts used in the torso and then one of those G1 waist parts. But then back behind there, might as well just go ahead and move the cape so I can show you the back. From this vantage point, you can sort of see some of the Technic parts used in there, but not much because of the CCBS shells. And I wanted to actually give him an actual back plate of sorts, so that it's not just plain, just as an excuse to use the cape. I wanted it to be a full model with or without the cape and hood. I guess robes would be a more appropriate term. But here you can definitely get a better look at the arms. And it is actually using a CCBS bone, and at the very top there is a socket connector that I connected in some sort of particular way that, again, if you guys want to see how to do, I'll probably be able to make a video about it. And I'll post that on my playlist titled the MOC Making Tips and How-Tos. And I'll have a link to that in the description if you want to see what those are. And moving right along down here to the back of the waist, you can see there's one of those shell armor add-ons right there. Now, how I got it at this particular angle? Well, sort of an illegal connection. It's actually put on a CCBS piece, and then there's a rubber band holding it in there, because the shape of the part fit perfectly right here, and I wondered how could I get that in there, because I needed more detail on the back. And then I just went, I'll just use a rubber band, stuck it on there, and boom, it fits perfectly. And then lower, as you can see, I just used a few CCBS and G1 Bionicle parts. And again, for that base, you probably saw all of those. And that's basically the gist of looking at this MOC. Now a little bit more about his story. And here is the description I put on my entry page for the MOC contest, which, again, I'll have a link to in the description as well. This is the dreaded Makuta, Wraith of Okoto. Legends of this monstrous specter are told by Okotans who claim to have seen him. Though he has not been known to cause any lasting harm, terror seeps into the hearts of anyone who lays eyes on the monstrosity. The shrilling tales sometimes keep young villagers awake into the wee hours of the night. Many wonder how Makuta would be able to manifest his spirit as a body if he were trapped in the Shadow Realm. Quite a question to ponder, indeed. And that's what I have. And that, my friends, is the Wraith of Okoto. Now, if you'd like to see more pictures of him, check out my Facebook page. If you want to see images of him without the cape and the hood, then go ahead also to that Facebook page. And check out my blog spot as well. And hope you guys like the MOC. Feel free to let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, feel free to subscribe. If you don't, hit the dislike button. All that good stuff helps me out in the end. So you guys take care and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.